Thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. We're in the Mammoth area and we're hiking to Duck Lake. I've gone as far as Skelton Lake, which is a couple miles in, but we're gonna go for a little bit more today. Hike's about 5 miles. I got a couple friends from work. This is Diego, who I've worked with for the last 6 months. And this is his brother, Donnie. And he's coming with us. I just met him. So if you're like a serial killer or something, I sleep really light. Really light! So, now that we got that out of the way and everything's clear, let's start hiking. So right off the bat, we're going straight up. And it's a nice manicured trail. A lot of steps. I'm glad I didn't have to build it. Once again, going into John Muir Wilderness. Got a lot of that. But I'm always glad to see these signs, because it means we're going in for some good fun. This trip, I'm doing the ultimate no-no. I'm hiking in brand new, never worn boots, because it's starting to get cold at night. My old boots are leaking badly. So I had to get some new insulated waterproof boots. So I ordered these things. I didn't get them until Thursday when I was working. And they were 12-hour shifts, so unless I put them on before I go to bed and then I break them in while I'm sleepwalking, this is pretty much it. So between my thick socks, my duct tape, and my band-aids for blisters that might occur, hopefully I can make it through it. And then these can get me through this winter. Check out Diego's killer pouch. He's already gotten multiple compliments on the trail. So I forgot all about it, but for the first good stretch, it's uphill and switchbacks. But the trail is not crazy with step to step over, so your tired legs won't struggle that much, but uphill is uphill. Get a nice glimpse of Lake Mary. And there's really good tree cover for this first mile, I'd say, where you get some good shade, even though we got a late start today. And the 3 people you see here in this video are all set for altitude sickness. We all worked 12-hour shifts yesterday. Jumped in our cars today, drove up here, started hiking straight out of the car. It's all we had, as I've discussed. So we got well hydrated, got our calories in. Hopefully it's enough. Man, you can hear the raging water down there. Usually this time of year, you're not hearing anything in these creeks. That snow year last year, it's still giving. There are many grades of uphill. This uphill's been pretty bad, but now we're just on like a medium uphill. But all we've seen is uphill, so I'm trying to give you some kind of glasses half full perspective. So once I lure you out here and you're on the trail, then I'll have you. You'll see how horrible it is. I'm just kidding. So about a mile or so in, you hit the fork for Arrowhead Lake, which is right down below. Unfortunately, we're not going down to Arrowhead Lake. We're going up. I think we're going to be dealing with some kind of pass. So that doesn't fare well if you're looking for flat or downward travel. Out above the trees, things are opening up. How's everybody holding up? But a nice rock to sit on is appreciated too. Nothing wrong with a nice rock to lean on. And there we are, beautiful Duck Lake. I wish we were there already, trust me. But now we're cruising along some nice flat stuff. Once you get past Arrowhead, you get above there. I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I'm taking every step of it. We're just kind of cruising along now. A little flat up and down. It's all good. There's that nice creek. Look how full it is. And I know this is loaded with brookies because I looked at it when I fished Skelton Lake a couple years ago. There's always something about hiking along a nice stream like this that seems to put a little bit of fuel back in my tank. But this thing's probably usually dry this time of year. This little creek is flowing, and we were just watching a bunch of brookies. One just rose right in front of me. There's a bunch of trout in this stream. So just to our left is Skelton Lake, and I got a fishing clip for that on my backcountry fishing playlist and the hike for it on my hiking playlist. Once you hit Skelton Lake, the honeymoon's over, at least for a bit. I'm now on trail I've never hiked before, and immediately it's greeting me with uphill. There's Skelton. Wow, these guys stopped to say there's a killer view of Skelton Lake up here. We stopped to take a break, and they weren't kidding. That is awesome. So once you get to Skelton and you pass Skelton, you're easily halfway there, if I remember right from the map. So figure just keep powering, keep your head down, and everything will work out in the end, hopefully. Cool little creek. Little creeks like this where you could fill your water if you need to, or whatever, usually don't exist this time of year. This creek's usually probably bone dry, but there's water everywhere. I might just bring just my water filter and filter water straight from the hose next time there's so much water. It's no delight to go over, but there's a lot of really nice trail work coming up here. Thank you, whoever built that. One thing is for sure, there's no losing this heavily traveled trail, especially when there's no snow on it. It's almost a trench. It gets so much traffic. And you tell a lot of pack horses come up this based on all the horse crap we're crossing. And here's Barney Lake. Looks like a pretty cool lake to fish, especially back in there. We might have to investigate that on the way out. But for now, we got more hiking to do. Once you get past Barney, it looks like ducks gotta be somewhere up above that, which isn't good for the downhill prospects, but it is what it is. We've reached the point of no return. We've gone so far, we can't go back. Well, on the backside of Barney Lake, this is where the rubber meets the road. Unless Duck Lake is right there, we got to get to the other side of that, so daylight's a wasting. Let's go. Oh, and there's your Bob Ross moment right there. Look at that. What a painting that would make if I could paint. I might do some finger painting, but I think it stops there. How's everybody holding up? Good. Thumbs up? I like the thumbs up. I don't know if I'm giving a thumbs up, but I'm pressing on. Man, Barney Lake's looking better with each switchback. Get a little bit higher each time. That's some good stuff back there, boy. And then there's some cool people I just met. And they're hiking down. I'm jealous of them and their downward hike. So let's go. We got to get camp set up. So we're getting some elevation here. There's Barney Lake. Skelton Lake's way in the back. I don't know what that little thing is in the middle, but I'm sure I need to fish it at some point. But we're gaining some altitude, and by the looks of things, we've still got more altitude to gain. 4th week of September. Still snow on the trail, believe it or not. This is a brutal kick in the teeth, man. When you past Barney. Oh, I think we're getting there though. I'm seeing some blue sky. I'm not just seeing rock anymore. So that's good. It looks like we've reached the pinnacle of uphill on the backside of Barney Lake. How's that hike after Barney Lake?
Terrible.
Terrible is pretty accurate. Duck Lake, I am glad to see you. And it's a big lake. And I think that's Pika Lake behind it. And I plan on fishing both. Wow, Duck Lake is huge for an alpine lake. So what I think I'm gonna do is find a spot over there in between Pika and Duck. And that'll give us access to 2 bodies of water. But this lake is giant, man, giant. So we're gonna take the trail to Pika Lake because it wraps around Duck Lake, and I think that's our best bet for what we want to do, which is fish. We're almost down to where we want to be. We'll have lake access. Just need to find some flat ground now. And I've been selling it like a salesman. Don't worry, guys. Just a little bit farther and we'll find a spot. I think they're gonna stop believing me soon. So I better keep going before there's a full-blown mutiny on this trail. And we're here. Beautiful Duck Lake. And this is a giant lake. Usually in my alpine lake clips, I hike around the whole thing and fish. Not here. I ain't hiking around this whole thing. This is a lot of lake. So that's gonna wrap it up. That's the hike to Duck Lake. My pack's up there where we're gonna bake our camp. We're up from the lake. And those guys are done. They're already setting up their tents and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the roughly 5-mile hike to Duck Lake. On the way here, we passed Barney Lake, Skelton Lake, Arrowhead Lake, and Pika Lake is right over there. So there's a lot of stuff on this Duck Pass Trail from the Duck Pass Trailhead. So it's a good destination. So hopefully some of you get a chance to get out here at some point. Thank you for joining me on Wilderness with Amani. Until next time.